Howdy. Yeah, it's Cloudy. We're back to the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't check out my last video, check out the last video. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't prepared to watch this video, make sure you go get your snacks. You know what I'm saying? Marvel's new plan for Multiverse End.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk Marvel every day. And you might have heard that Marvel Studios just delayed a bunch of shows and might even go on to cancel some of them as well. And a lot of fans are pretty bummed out because we were really excited for some of these shows, like the Nova series. But what is really going on here is Marvel Studios changing their plans for the rest of the Multiverse saga, and it's actually really good news, especially for everything coming between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. So we'll break that down. Plus, we do have a little bit of a closer look as to what these series were going to be about, thanks to some insiders who are now giving us a little insight about what Marvel Studios had planned for these series, including what the stories were, what they had planned for them, including some castings as well. So lots of details to go over in this video. If you missed the original report, it did confirm some pretty big things. This is coming from Deadline, so it's pretty official, and the title of the article reads, Marvel pauses development on Nova, Strange Academy, and Terror Inc. TV series. They say sources stress to Deadline.
Bro, I'm letting y'all know this right now. If they decide to delay all of this stuff, bro, guarantee you there's a bunch of other projects that's about to be delayed as well. Because you can't forget, this is all on the timeline. You know what I'm saying? So if one show is canceled or delayed, you can expect 2 or 3 more to be delayed or canceled as well, bro. And that's the bad thing about this, is because a lot of people were expecting a lot 2026, but now it's starting to look like everything might end up actually happening in 2027. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna get Fantastic Four. We got Captain America. You know what I'm saying? We might get a couple little things, but we're not gonna get as much as we thought we was going to get until 2027. I guarantee you, bro. They pushing a lot of things back, but I honestly think it's good too, because they just brought in the Russo Brothers, bro. So it could be the Russo Brothers coming in and seeing the scripts that they wrote for certain projects, and they like, yeah, this shit is not it, bro.
And that these projects were never officially greenlit and may still come to fruition at some point. The studio has simply shifted its priorities at the moment. They say that they're also told the decision is also reflective of a new model for producing television that's emerged at Marvel in recent years. Originally, Marvel approached series development in much the same way it handled features. A slate was announced, and what was teased was more or less what got made. A couple of years ago, senior leadership decided to retool the development process, as they were also revamping their new Daredevil series, Born Again. Marvel's new approach to TV development is more traditional, with many more projects being developed than will ultimately be made, and showrunners being brought in to oversee each, shifting to a more typical greenlit process.
So basically what he's saying, in dumber terms, you know what I'm saying? He's basically saying they're most likely going to work on these projects, but they're not going to put them out yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to have them in the vault, but they're not going to put them out yet. You know what I'm saying? And they might make changes down the road to maintain audience engagement
amid new realities facing the industry. In addition to the prospect of superhero fatigue and content oversaturation, there was the reality of a market contraction, which led the studio to pull back significantly on the amount of projects released each year. So one thing that this confirms is that the Strange Academy project was indeed in the works at Marvel Studios, and technically is still in the works. It's just paused, and I'm sure we're still going to get the Nova series. That's a big one, and they were casting for that. But I do like this shift, because I believe this shift is not really just coming from the TV change. Yes, that is a part of it, but it's also because the Russo brothers have come into the MCU now once again.
Bro, I do not watch these videos before I watch these videos with y'all. I'm telling you, bro. I'm already knowing, like, bro, if the Russo brothers just came back and they signed a deal, or whatever the hell they did, a deal with Marvel, I'm pretty sure they came in and saw the scripts and was not fucking with the scripts at all, bro. They was like, bro, this shit is trash. Bro, delete it all. And I really want that to come back,
Secret Wars, and that really changed things. And we've talked about this a lot on the channel, that basically Marvel Studios did an entire overhaul on the story that they had previously planned for the Multiverse saga and Avengers Secret Wars. When the Russo brothers came in, they decided to completely rewrite whatever script they currently had for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, which is great, because originally that script was supposed to be for Kang Dynasty, and I'm sure it was pretty derivative of what that original script was going to be. Like, I'm sure they kept parts of the script for Kang Dynasty and simply replaced Kang with Doom, but now they are completely starting over from scratch, and the script's not even finished yet. It's pretty close from what we hear, but the big part about this is it affects everything in between Doomsday and Secret Wars, and that is more along the reason that Marvel Studios has decided to delay some of these shows until after Avengers Secret Wars, because right now the story for Avengers Doomsday is being wrapped up, and then they're going to go into writing the story for Avengers Secret Wars, and I'm sure they're going to be working on both of those stories simultaneously. It's going to be pretty much just like Avengers Infinity War and Forbes called us Endgame. It's kind of going to be a two-parter. That's originally how Infinity War was supposed to be. There was supposed to be a part.
So, bro, this movie got to be more than 2 hours long, bro. Unless they really are going to release Avengers Doomsday Part 1 and Avengers Doomsday Part 2, bro. Which I wouldn't be mad at, especially if they dropping it in the same year, bro. That would be a beautiful Marvel cinematic year. You know what I'm saying? But are they going to do it that way? Or are they just going to make this movie 2+ hours long, bro? Fuck it, why not?
Part 2. They dropped the Part 2 and simply gave us Endgame, but it still basically was that. Part 1 and Part 2. And that's pretty much how Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars are going to be. Now, moving forward, yes, Marvel Studios is going to be making these changes to their TV department, and I'm sure some changes are going to be coming to their movie department as well. And so far, their new plan and the new changes they've made, I think, is a really good idea. And you really kind of got to give Marvel Studios credit here for deciding to post...
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I know I'm pausing, bro. Let's give a round of applause to Punisher. Bro, he really got no powers. All he got is guts and a gun, bro. This nigga said, you got powers, that's cool. I got an M14 with a grenade launcher at the bottom of it, bro. What's happening?
These and probably other projects as well, for the sake of the ending of the multiverse saga. Everything that we see from Doomsday to Secret Wars should all be super, super connected. And some of these projects don't exactly make sense to release between those times. Because right now, we do have a lot of TV series coming out. We have Ironheart, we have Wonder Man, we have a bunch of animated projects coming out. Of course, Daredevil Born Again comes next month, and we have Vision Quest, which I believe is coming because that's going to set up the return of Vision and the Scarlet Witch. But all of those should pretty much take us to Avengers Doomsday. Maybe they have a few shows thrown in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. But basically putting everything on hold to focus on this particular multiverse story to end this saga is a great idea. Especially since there's been no build up to Doom whatsoever so far. And a project like Strange Academy wouldn't exactly make sense. In the comics, it's a school that Doctor Strange founded. Now, we know in the MCU was going to be a school that Wong founded.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This will be a seriously fire TV show, bro. To show all these kids right here. I want to see the kid on the far left. I think that'll be on y'all screen. You know what I'm saying? With the fire head, and I want to see what he do, bro. You know what I'm saying? He look kind of hard. You know, bro, this will be a fire TV series to put out, bro. Especially for age ranges between 7 and 16, bro. They'll be on this, bro. If it's like a pure kid movie, even grown-ups will watch this if it's pretty good, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think they should put this out. Multiverse of Madness. We've seen his proteges. But given everything that's about to go down in the multiverse saga with Doom and Secret Wars, it doesn't really make sense to have a project focused on Wong teaching new students. He's going to be very busy, you know, trying to save the multiverse and all. It also might feel very, very rushed to introduce Nova right now as well. It would be really cool to have him in Avengers Secret Wars, but a new era is coming after the multiverse saga, and it'll be really cool to have Nova be a main character. So again, I like this change that Marvel Studios has made, but if you were wondering what we were going to get from these shows, thankfully Insider Daniel RPK, who has talked about these projects before they were even confirmed by the trades or by Marvel Studios, he was talking about them, and now he has told us what these shows were going to be about. He says the Nova show was planned to be led by Ed Bernero, a writer and producer known for Criminal Minds. The story would have focused on Richard Rider, the hero Nova, in the aftermath of Thanos' attack on Xandar, following the destruction of his home and producer known for Criminal Minds. The story would have focused on Richard Rider, the hero Nova, in the aftermath of Thanos' attack on Xandar. Following the destruction of his home planet, Rider would take on the responsibility of rebuilding the Nova as Rider tries to restore the... Wait, how? So wouldn't he have to be around when Thanos is still up? Wouldn't y'all think like, well, obviously, if they give us a Nova movie or a Nova TV show, they gonna show us when Thanos was around and show us how he jumped into fighting the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? We might get to see all that stuff through the show Nova. To be honest, bro, we might see more about Thanos through Nova, which honestly would be dope. We might see a little bit more of Thanos' backstory through someone else's show. That's what I like about Marvel, bro. There's so many cameos they can put in other people's shows, and so many ways they can link stories and stuff through other people's shows with other characters. Like, bro, it's fire how they can do all that,
Core,
bro. I
he would
honestly
face
like
the
that.
threat of
I really
Annihilus
do,
and his
bro.
destructive annihilation wave, which would
So
threaten the
now I'm wondering
universe. Ryder's team would include
what
other
characters is
Novas,
gonna
such
make
as Sam
cameos in this.
Alexander, a younger Nova, along with some new original characters in their 20s. The show was also eyeing big names like Austin Butler to play Richard Rider, and it had plans for Glenn Close and John C. Reilly to reprise their roles from the Guardians of the Galaxy films. They would return as Nova Corps characters, adding continuity with the established Marvel Cinematic Universe. So they would return, so they clearly
so it's
didn't
a
die,
core. So
cool.
it's like Captain Marvel shit then. So is Nova a part of Captain? Is she a part of the Nova Corps? Because ooh, this what saga would Captain Marvel be in, bro? In Nova, wouldn't they be a part of like a Cosmos saga or something like that? Do we have any character other than I believe Green Lantern would be a part of that saga? You know what I'm saying? It's a couple characters that be a part of that, but is Nova and Captain Marvel a part of the same, space squad or whatever the case is, bro? I gotta watch Captain Marvel
And I
over
would
again,
hope that
bro. I
we
only
would get
watched it
some
once,
sort of
bro.
a
I couldn't watch
flashback
it
scene
twice
of
at a time.
Thanos actually decimating Xandar. That would be really cool to see. He says the concept of Strange Academy was pitched as Marvel's take on the popular wizarding school genre, drawing comparisons to Harry
I
Potter
want to
and
see more Doctor
Netflix's
Strange, bro.
Wednesday. It
Especially
would
after
have
seeing
focused
Marvel
on
Rivals, bro.
magic, mystical adventures,
Bro,
and the
keep killing
challenges
me.
of being a young sorcerer under Wong's mentorship, blending the supernatural with the high energy, coming of age drama that's common in movies like Harry Potter. And I
Damn, I
gotta
wonder
say,
what
that would
kids would be a
definitely be
part of this,
really cool
bro.
to see, but again, I don't think they could really release that between Doomsday and Secret Wars. So I hope they
They
keep it
can if
for
they doing
after
TV
and we end
shows.
up getting the show. He also talks about the Terror Inc. and says the show was being developed by Peter Cameron, who worked on Carnival Row and WandaVision. The series was going to be very different from other Marvel shows, leaning heavily into horror. It would have followed the character Terror, an immortal anti-hero with a unique and gruesome ability. He can attach the body parts of others to himself, gaining their abilities, memories, and powers in the process. This dark, mature-themed series was described as a full-on horror show designed for an adult audience. The show would have explored Terror's violent and unsettling way of gaining power and the consequences that come with it. Additionally, there were rumors that Terror was set to be a part of the Midnight Suns film, a darker Marvel project that was previously in development, suggesting that this character could have tied into a broader, supernatural side of the MCU. Daniel RPK also ended his report by stating, "So, why the pause? Marvel is taking a different approach now. They won't greenlight a series until they see a pilot they're satisfied with. They also want to focus on grounded and cheaper shows." And honestly, this is kind of just a no-brainer. I mean, look at how much money Disney spent on The Acolyte for a lot of people to really not like it. But a lot of money was spent on it. So yes, make sure a show is good first before you decide to throw just a ton of money at it. Plus, also hopefully a lower budget for these shows.
You know what y'all gotta do, bro? Y'all gotta invite like 100 people, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Which I'm pretty sure they already do, but if y'all don't, just hear my idea. You know what I'm saying? Like 100 people, y'all make like 2-3 episodes of this show, or not this show, but of a show that y'all want to put out, and y'all get you know what I'm saying. But y'all gotta invite random people from like Instagram or something like that. You want it to be random fans. You don't want it to be like celebrities. You want it to be random fans who just get a chance. You know what I'm saying? And also, that will also grow y'all fan base, because then a lot of fans be like, damn, they actually care what we think a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like what we think we should do and stuff. And then y'all can either take people ideas, y'all can mix their ideas with your ideas, or just take their idea and entirely. But then y'all gotta pay them. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta figure that out somehow. But I think it would be a good idea.
We'll have them focus more on the actual story. That way we can get better shows. So overall, I really like the strategy Marvel Studios has going for them right now. It does suck that we aren't going to get the...
Yeah, I like it, man. What y'all think about this whole pause? I think this pause might actually be... It might be a good thing, especially now that we got the Russo brothers on board. They might be the ones who's calling the pause on everything. They might have, like I said, seen the scripts and they weren't fucking with the scripts, bro. which is okay if they weren't, bro. It's part of business, you know. And the Russo brothers just have a good track record when it comes to Marvel, as far as I know. You know what I'm saying? They got a good track record. You know what I'm saying? And from all the plans and stuff that I'm hearing, bro, it sounds like they want to do so much stuff. And it sounds like, bro, I'm being humble. I'm telling you, it sounds like they seen some of my videos and hearing some of my ideas, bro. I'm just saying.